Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. Welcome to day 4 of our Christmas Junk Journal series. We are doing Monday through Friday, the first 3 weeks of December, and then the 4th week of December, we're going to do up until Christmas Eve. If you did not purchase my kit and you do not have the little junk journal, that is okay. Junk journals are meant to be made out of junk. So gather some envelopes, gather some cardstock, whatever you have laying around, and just do all of these prompts on that. All right. Okay, today I have a little round tag. If you do not have the kit and do not have a round tag, you can trace a button or a small cup, something round. You could even trace it onto the back of a cereal box, like the inside of a cereal box or part of an envelope. Like, it can be made out of anything, okay? But I've got my little circle tag and I have the little string to add to it later. And then I grabbed a black micron. This one happens to be an 05 because it was what was at my desk, but any pen should work. And then I have a green and red jelly roll. These are amazing. They add some beautiful little glitter and shimmer to our projects. Okay. If you have the tag from the kit, one side is a little bit shiny and one side's a little bit dull. We want to use the dull side. The shiny side can smear a little bit more, and the dull side takes the pen and ink better, okay? So that's what I'm using. All right, I'm gonna start with my black pen. And I'm going to do an inside aura. So that means I'm going to make a circle all along this inside edge. And I'm going to make it go pretty close to the edge. And I'm really not going to worry about this being a little bit wiggly or some areas being wider than others. I am turning it as I go. I'm just trying not to put my finger on the ink, but I'm turning it as I go because that's what works best for me to draw these curved lines. And Christmas tags are so much fun, but really you could do tags for any season, any gift that you're giving. Cut out a little circle or a square or a rectangle, do some tangling on it, and you have a beautiful little handmade tag. Okay, this one's going to be really fun. I'm excited about it. All right, so I'm going to be drawing things along this inside edge. This is not tangling today. Today we are doing some doodles. The difference is that a doodle is meant to look like something. So we're going to be making a little present. What else are we putting on there? An ornament, a candy cane, things like that. If we were doing the Zentangle method of drawing, we would be doing a repeated pattern. Okay, that's why this little junk journal is a little bit different than my other kits, because it has more things that are not quite Zentangle. Okay, so I'm just going to start right here at the bottom, and I'm going to draw a little square, and it's going to be about the size of the end of my pen. And I'm going to put a nice bow on top by doing 2 loops. And then a little flick on each side to be the bottom of the ribbon. And I'm going to draw a straight line down and a straight line across. And it does not matter where it is on your circle. It doesn't have to line up with the thing at the top. You will see why. Okay, let's do an ornament next to it. So again, I'm going to try to make it around the size of the end of my pen. and I want it to bump into the first image. So I'm going to put a little ornament right there. If it's smaller or bigger, it's okay. I'm going to put a little topper on that. Mine's going to be off to the side as if it's kind of leaning. And I'll put a little hook on it. And I'm going to do a couple of curved lines and then maybe again at the bottom. And there's my cute ornament. All right. For the next one, let's do a candy cane. And again, I want it to touch this ornament. I don't want there to be space in between them. So I can have my candy cane come out this way, or I can have it lean that way, or come from here and go like this, whichever way you want. I think I'm gonna have mine go up this way and then curl down, okay? So I want mine to touch, so I'm gonna start down here and I'm gonna come up and just give this cute little, almost like a half of a heart. And then we aura that, so I'm going to go next to it. And I'm going to go on that inside, and then I'm going to connect those, and I'm going to connect them at the bottom as well. And then I'm going to put in some curves like this to kind of do that striping of a candy cane. Ooh, why did it just move on me? I wasn't even touching it. All right, how's it look so far? Do you like it? Okay, let's do a stocking. So I'm gonna have my stocking. So stocking has a shape where, let me grab a piece of scrap paper, where you have, you know, like the ankle part of the sock, and then you have the heel, and it kind of curves, and then that one curves around. So you sort of have that shape, okay? And of course it can go the other way. Oops. So whichever way you want. I think I'm gonna have mine go this way. So I'm gonna have the ankle part of the stocking, or kind of the leg part, be right here. You can always do this in pencil first as well. And I'm gonna have that come and meet up with the candy cane. At the top, I'm gonna put some little wiggles, like a little cotton top, but you could just do a straight little line at the top if you want. And I'm gonna put some stitching at the ankle and at the toe. And I'm going to do the tiniest little star in here. I can't fit much else. Okay, now I'm going to take a moment. I've got 4 little images in here, and I have these white areas in between. Not this area up here, because that connects to the middle, but these down here that come down to that circle that we made, and I'm going to ink those in with the black pen right there and right there. Okay. All right, let's do another one over here. I'm going to do an ornament again. I like the idea of a circle being here. So I'm going to do another circle. And maybe this one's going to lean this way. You can have a hook, you can have a bow on top, whatever you want. And I'll do some striping on this one. I can ink in that little space between the stocking and the ornament. All right, how is yours looking? Do you like it? Okay, I'm gonna work on the left-hand side now. All right, I'm gonna do a star. I feel like stars are very Christmassy, very shiny and bright and lovely. If stars are difficult for you to make, then make another ornament or a candy cane. But I don't care about my star being perfect. It's kind of cute if it's a little bit off. But I do know that I want, let's see, I'm not going to do a star yet because I feel like the points are going to bump up into here. Never mind. All right, instead, what should we do? What haven't we done yet? Maybe a bell. Let's do a little bell. Okay, so to make a bell, I'm going to have mine, the bottom of my bell is going to have a little bit of a curve. And then these little angles that pop up like that. They should probably be more even. Mine are not. That's okay. And if you have room, you can put the little bell part underneath. Mine doesn't really have room. It's not going to show up. That's okay. And then we do a round top. I like to put a little reflection on it. And I'm going to put just a little hanging thing on the top. Now what I forgot about is I want to ink in this area. So if you had room and you inked in a little bell and you want to still be able to see it, then just make a line beside it and leave a little bit of white space. Mine you can't tell, but if you have that room, you can. Okay, now I'm going to try to do a star. I feel like I've got a little bit better space here. I like to start with the top of my star, and then I do the sides and the bottom. And again, I don't really care about it being perfect or being symmetrical. I just want a basic star shape. And I can ink in those little spaces. Okay, I'm going to do another present. I want it to bump into the star, but also it can tuck in behind the star a little bit. So I'm going to do my square or rectangle, whatever shape you want for your present. And maybe this one I'll do polka dots on it instead of the little stripe. Do a bow. You can make your little ends of your bows, your little ribbons can be a little bit curly Q and come off the top if you'd like. And I'm going to ink in the space. Okay. How is yours looking? How is yours feeling? Isn't it so cute? Okay. If you wanted to, you could continue going all the way around and make this almost kind of like a wreath of little toys and Christmassy things. I'm going to leave mine like this so that I have room to put to and from, and I want to take a moment to add some color, okay? But it would be adorable if you went all the way around, if you wanted to. Okay, so I'm going to put to and from, and I know we don't all love our handwriting, but it doesn't matter. Who cares what your handwriting is? Nobody cares. So I'm going to do T-O ... F-R-O-M ... That little cute tag. I'm going to put my string on it, and then I'm going to add some color. So I just listened to a podcast about a lady who has a subscription box, so monthly, with just tags, like pre-made tags. Isn't that cute? I love that. Okay, I've got my red and my green. If you have more colors and you want to add more, go ahead. I'm going to start with my red, and I'm going to color in this present. Try not to go over the black lines because it could cover them. It's very shiny, so look how pretty. Definitely let that dry. Don't touch it yet. The ornament, I'm going to do some red lines. And then I'm going to switch to my green and do a green zigzag. And then maybe just some polka dots if I have room. My candy cane is going to be red and white, just the classic. Love it, love it. The stocking, I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do red for the middle because I want to be able to see that nice star. And the green might be a little bit dark. This one over here, I'm going to do a green stripe, and just leave the other ones white. I could take my red though and just put it around the little bow on top. So it adds a little bit of the red. So bells tend to be gold or silver. Stars are typically a gold or a yellow, and I don't have those pens, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to add some accents. So on the bell, I'm going to outline that inside edge. And I'll even add a little bit where the reflection is. The green, I'm going to put a dot in each of those little 5 points and maybe a couple of little shiny lines up there. I could color the whole thing green, but I don't think I need to. Okay. This one over here, I'm going to color the present green, and then I'm going to do the polka dots red. Again, I'm trying not to go over the black lines. I can do my bow red if I want, and those little ribbons red. Okay, I've changed my mind about something. I feel like my star, because this is green, I feel like this should be red. So I'm going to add red inside my star, even though I already put some little green dots. And then my bell, I'm going to do green because I have a red present. I mean, I'm going to keep that little red line in there, but... Okay, now I feel like I have a good, even amount of color. Beautiful, beautiful. I love embellishing things with dots. So I'm going to take my green, I'm going to add 3 dots up there. Maybe a couple of dots by the candy cane, up here by the bow. You can add them up here if you want. They can go anywhere. And that's our little tag. I love that. Okay, let me get my journal and see where I want to put that. It doesn't have to go in your junk journal. It can go on a gift. So it would really be cute if you wanted to add some tape. Zoom out a bit here. Okay. You can add some tape and just hang it from something. That would be adorable. Or we have this little tiny pocket in the back. And that would be a nice little place to keep some tags. Maybe that's what I'll do. I think that's what I'm going to do because it just fits in there nicely. And then if I need a tag, I know where it is. Okay, on our 2025 here, we need to add a little note for December 4th. I have family, calm moments, healthy choices. Today I'm going to write icy walk because we have sleet right now, but my daughter was over and she really wanted to get her steps in. So we went for a walk and we bundled up and we walked where it wasn't icy. Like we walked on the paved or the snow plowed roads, but our coats were kind of icy when we got back, our eyelashes. So it was kind of fun. Icy walk is my little memory or gratitude for today. Okay, that was it. We will see you tomorrow for December 5th. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.